Being a consistent runner does make you tighter in the shins, and most runners never work to undo that tightness, which is why in Unlock, we start our Wednesday mobility session undoing that tightness through the shin. You'll start with 60 seconds in this tibialis stretch to lengthen the muscles through the front, then 60 seconds in this big toe stretch, lengthening the muscles through the bottom of the foot, which can easily impact shin splints. And we finish off that circuit with 60 seconds in the calf stretch to lengthen out the muscles through the back of the shin, because it's known that 1 in 3 runners get shin splints every year, and most end up having to stop running because of it. So now let's break down these 3 movements and how we do them in the running ability program to prevent that shin splint problem from happening. For the tibialis stretch, start with your knee to your foot flat on the ground. And the goal is to be able to sit onto your heels without any discomfort through the shin or the front of the ankle. I don't expect you to feel comfortable in this position on day 1, but week 1, you can start by leaning off of this stretch. Then gradually, week by week, lean further and further back as you get more comfortable. So by week 8, you have the opportunity to be able to sit onto your heels without any issues. Then we go straight into our calf stretch, holding for 60 seconds, but we're not just passively stretching, we're actively strengthening by pushing our foot into the slant board to activate those muscles. Because when you flex the muscles, instead of just relaxing, you get stronger, and mobility builds a lot faster the stronger that you get. Then we end our circuit with 60 seconds in the big toe stretch, using both of those stretching techniques. First, by pushing your toes in the ground to activate the foot muscles so you're getting stronger through a stretch position. Then, in week 1, you can start by leaning forwards off the stretch, gradually working your way back as you get more comfortable, with the goal of being able to sit back onto your heels without any discomfort. But only focusing on these mobility positions just isn't enough, because you will get better for now, but it'll just tighten back up the next day unless you build real strength with repetitions and weights. So in the running ability program, we're not only focusing on mobility training, but it's also our goal to build strength through the front of the shin with our tibialis raises, along with protecting the back of your shin against injuries equally with our bent leg calf raises. First, for the tibialis raises, back off of the wall. Flex the quads to isolate the shins, lift your feet up, then control back down. And for progressing difficulty, the further your feet are from the wall, the harder that these get, because you have to lift your feet higher, requiring more strength, and making it easier works the same way. The closer your feet are to the wall, the easier it's gonna get, because it requires less bend through the ankle. Then for the bent leg calf raises, bend at the knee first, extend through the ankle, keeping your knees bent, and control back down. Progressing the bent leg calf raises is all about the knee bend that you use. The more knee bend you go into, the more you load the ankles through a full stretch, requiring more ability from the back of the shin. So your goal is to go through your full amount of knee bend to the point where your heels are off the ground and you're through a full stretch, but you can always make it easier by using less knee bend and starting from an easier level. Form coaching is super important for both of these movements to get right for shin recovery, so make sure to send in a video of your form at least once from around that angle using the camera icon in the app. And throughout the 8 weeks of the Unlock program, you'll be doing 2 sets of 25 reps in both the tibialis raises and 2 sets of 25 reps in the bent leg calf raises in Monday's workout. From there, you'll continue on in the program building higher levels of ankle protection, because in the next 8 weeks of rebuild, we have the shin splint superset of seated calf raises plus tibialis raises on a wall, aiming for 60 reps in 3 minutes on each with a weight or progression that challenges you. And then we end the program cycle with 8 weeks in targets, working towards our single and double leg ankle protection targets. We have over 24 of these targets in the program for full body protection, the most important for shin splints being 20 reps with 20% of your body weight loaded onto a tibialis bar, so that the mobility work helps us undo the tightness through our shins, and the strength work helps us keep that mobility for life, all with the goal of getting back to running, but now without getting shin splints holding us back.